Hello and welcome to another deep dive. It is absolutely wonderful to have you here with us today.
It really is.
I want to start by saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Something I think is really important. If you were listening to this right now, just take a second. Acknowledge it. You're already doing something amazing. You are showing up for yourself.
That's a huge step.
It is. You are choosing to learn. And today, we have a very, very special mission.
That's right. Usually, we cast a pretty wide net on this show. We'll talk about, history, technology.
Macroeconomics, big social trends, that kind of thing.
Exactly. But today is different. Today, the lens is focused entirely on you, the learner.
Yes.
We have analyzed this fascinating set of scripts. It's essentially a survival guide designed to help you build a daily routine for learning English that, actually sticks.
Exactly. We are diving into a guide about expanding English learning scripts. Now, I know what you might be thinking.
I think I do too.
You might be thinking scripts. That sounds a little dry. A little bit like homework. Right. Not exactly exciting.
But don't let that title fool you. This is not about memorizing lines for a school play. This is, and I mean this, a survival guide for your brain.
I love that phrase. A survival guide for your brain.
It's about how to build a brain that falls in love with English, even when you're exhausted, even when you're busy, and even when you feel like quitting.
It's really a masterclass in the psychology of habit formation. I mean, it's all about how we trick our brains into doing hard things.
By removing the friction.
By removing the friction. And because we know our audience today is, specifically English learners, we're going to shift our dynamic a little bit.
How so?
We're going to speak with absolute clarity. We're going to take our time. We will make sure every single concept lands perfectly.
I love that approach. No rushing, no stress.
Just pure learning.
Okay, so here's the roadmap for our time together. The source material we have is broken down into 3 fascinating parts, and they kind of mirror the arc of a typical day. Part 1 is the morning mental battle. That sounds intense, doesn't it? It does, but it's so accurate. I mean, it's a battle we all fight every single morning.
It really is.
It's that critical moment when, consciousness returns and you have to make the first big decision of the day. Do I get up and pursue my goals, or do I surrender to the mattress?
Oh, the struggle is so real. I think everyone listening knows that feeling deep in their bones.
Oh, sure.
Then in part 2, we're going to look at small rocks and non-negotiables.
This is the strategy section.
Yes, exactly. It's about how to climb that massive mountain of language learning without, falling off a cliff.
And finally, part 3 is called Snap Out of It and New Stories.
I like the sound of that.
Think of this as your emotional emergency kit. What do you do when you fail? Because you will fail.
Oh, yeah. It's inevitable.
You'll miss a day. You'll forget a word. You'll make a mistake. This section tells you how to recover from that.
We also have some special techniques we're going to use today, and these come straight from our source material.
Yeah.
We've got the deep word dive, where we really look at the spelling and the kind of soul of a word. We have scenario practice, where we'll imagine some real-life situations. And we have the slow motion repeat.
That is my favorite part. I really think this is powerful.
Tell us why.
We're going to leave actual silence in this deep dive. 10 to 15 seconds of pure silence. This is for you, the listener, to practice speaking out loud.
So important.
So please, don't be shy. If you're on the bus, whisper it. If you're at home, shout it. When we pause, you speak.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start at the very beginning of the day. Part 1, the morning mental battle.
Let's do it.
So picture this. It's 6 a.m., maybe 6:30. The sun might not even be up yet.
It's dark outside.
You're in bed. It's warm. It is so cozy. The blankets feel like they were made by angels. Your brain is absolutely not thinking about grammar rules.
No way.
It's not thinking about vocabulary lists.
A source material describes this state just perfectly. It says the brain is 90% pillow and only 10% English.
I think that's scientifically accurate.
It feels that way. In psychology, we call this sleep inertia, that groggy state where your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, it just hasn't fully booted up yet.
You're mostly just fluff.
Exactly. You're fluff. 90% pillow. I feel that in my soul. It's like gravity's stronger in the morning. Everything feels heavy. And then, right in the middle of this perfect comfort, the enemy arrives.
Oh, boy.
The first obstacle of the day. The alarm clock.
Let's stop right there. That word, alarm clock. It's such a common thing, right? A mundane part of life.
Yeah.
But have you ever really stopped to analyze the word itself?
I haven't, actually.
Let's do our first deep word dive here.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's spell it first, just to really get the letters in our minds. A-L-A-R-M, alarm.
And then C-L-O-C-K.
Alarm clock.
Okay, so A-L-A-R-M. The etymology, the history of this word is fascinating. The word alarm actually comes from Old Italian.
Italian, yeah.
And the phrase all...
Alarm. What does that mean? It literally means to arms, or to your weapons.
No way.
It was a military command, a call to battle. When soldiers heard all arm, they knew an attack was coming. They had to grab their swords, their shields.
That makes so much sense. Because that's what it feels like. When it goes off in the morning, it feels like an attack. It's so startling and aggressive.
Precisely. It is a shock to the system. The source describes the sound as beep, 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 while your heart is just screaming, no, no, no.
That's me. That is my heart.
It triggers this tiny dose of the fight or flight response. Your body thinks it's in danger, but really, it's just time to study some English.
It's a physical reaction. You want to protect yourself. You want to stay in the safety of the pillow fortress.
And that desire for safety,
Oh.
it leads us to the most dangerous button in the entire world.
Oh, I know this button.
The button that promises relief but only delivers regret.
The snooze button.
The snooze button.
Oh, the snooze button. It is my best friend and my absolute worst enemy. Let's dive into this word. Snooze. It sounds kind of funny, doesn't it?
It's a very evocative word. Let's spell it together. S-N-O-Z-E.
S-N-O-O-Z-E. It even sounds sleepy, that double O sound. Snooze. It sort of drags on like you want to drag out the morning. It feels soft.
The definition in our source is very simple. A short sleep.
A short sleep. Seems harmless.
But the psychological insight here is, well, it's profound. The source says that hitting the snooze button is, and I quote, lying to yourself.
Ouch. That is harsh. Lying to myself. That feels a bit aggressive for 6:30 in the morning.
It does. It feels like an accusation.
So why does the source say that? What's the logic?
Well, think about it. You set the alarm for 6:30 the night before. Why? Because the you of yesterday had a goal.
Right. Yesterday me was very ambitious.
Yesterday, you want to do something, study English, exercise. You made a contract with your future self.
A promise.
A promise. And when you hit snooze, you're breaking that contract. You're breaking that promise. And if you hit it, say, 5 times.
Let me do the math here. The snooze is usually, 9 minutes?
About that, yeah.
So 5 times 9 is 45 minutes.
That's 45 minutes of fragmented, very low-quality sleep. You're not getting deep REM sleep in those 9-minute chunks. You're just drifting.
It's not restful at all, is it?
Not really. So essentially, it's 45 minutes of lying. You're starting your day with a broken promise to yourself. You are actively training your brain that your word doesn't matter.
Wow. When you put it like that, it sounds terrible. I don't want to start my day as a liar.
It's a tough pill to swallow.
It really sets a bad tone for everything else. It's like saying, my goals don't matter as much as this pillow.
Mm-hmm.
But, not everyone struggles with this.
Yeah.
Some people, and I envy them so much, they just jump out of bed.
Yes, the early birds. And then you have the night owls. In sleep science, these are what we call chronotypes.
Let's do a scenario practice here. I think this would be good. We can simulate these 2 personality types. I want you, the listener, to really check in with your body and decide which one you are.
Okay, so an early bird, that's someone who has high cortisol levels in the morning. They wake up ready to go. They smile at the sun.
You don't trust those people.
And then a night owl is someone whose melatonin stays high in the morning, but they get this burst of energy late at night. They do not smile at the sun.
Okay, listeners, ask yourself, are you an early bird or are you a night owl? We're going to practice saying this out loud. This is our first slow motion repeat.
Remember the instructions.
I'll say the phrase, and then you'll have 15 seconds of absolute silence. Use that time. Don't just think it. Say it out loud.
Okay, here's the first one.
I am an early bird.
Excellent. Now, for all the night lovers out there, the ones who thrive in the moonlight.
I am a night owl.
Very good. Now, here's the secret. It doesn't actually matter if you're a bird or an owl.
Really?
To learn English, you need a certain mindset that cuts through the excuses. Because even early birds have lazy days.
That's true. And the source gives us a fantastic word for this. This word it's intense. The word is relentless.
Relentless. That is a powerful adjective. Let's spell it. It's a bit long, so let's visualize it. R-E-L-E-N-T-L-E-S-S.
R-E-L-E-N-T-L-E-S-S. Relentless. It just feels heavy, What does it actually mean?
Well, to relent means to stop, to give up, to slacken, to become less severe. If a storm relents, the rain stops.
Okay.
So to be relentless means you do not stop, you do not yield, you just keep going no matter what the resistance is.
It sounds like a superhero name. Captain Relentless. Or maybe a villain that just keeps chasing you.
It does have that intensity. But here's the nuance the source provides, which I think is just vital.
Okay.
Being relentless doesn't mean you have to run a marathon every single day.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to study grammar for 4 hours until your eyes bleed.
Right, because that just leads to burnout.
Yeah.
And burnout is the end of all learning.
Exactly. Being relentless just means you don't stop the habit. Even if you're tired, even if you only listen for 5 minutes, you do it. You're relentless in your consistency, not your intensity.
I love that distinction. I really do. It takes the pressure off. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be relentless. I just have to keep moving forward, even if it's just an inch.
Let's practice this word. It feels good to say. It makes you feel strong, like you have armor on.
Okay, listeners, I want you to adopt this identity. Feel strong. We will do a slow motion repeat. The word is relentless.
Relentless.
Really changes how you view your routine, doesn't it?
It completely reframes it. It's not about motivation. Motivation is so fleeting. It's an emotion. It comes and goes like the weather.
Sure.
But relentless is an identity. It's a statement. I am the kind of person who does not stop.
And that leads us perfectly into the second part of our source material.
It does.
Because if we're going to be relentless, what are we actually doing with that energy? We're climbing a mountain.
Yes. Part 2. Small rocks and non-negotiables.
So here's the visual. You want to learn English, but it's huge. There are thousands of words, complex grammar rules, idioms that make zero sense.
It's completely overwhelming.
The source compares this feeling to standing at the bottom of Mount Everest. You're just looking up at the peak, and it's hidden in the clouds. It's cold, it's high, it's scary.
It is. So let's do a deep word dive on mountain.
Mountain.
Mountain. When you look at a mountain from the bottom, it just looks impossible. It's too big.
It triggers that freeze response. You think, I'm too small for this.
And this is why so many learners quit before they even really start. They look at the summit fluency and they think, I will never get there. It's just too far.
But the source asks a very, very important question.
And that is,
what is a mountain actually made of?
It's not one big piece of plastic. It isn't a single object.
Exactly. It's a pile of rocks.
Small rocks.
Just millions of them.
SMALLROCKS. A mountain is just a collection of small rocks piled on top of each other over millions of years.
This is such a helpful philosophy. If you move one rock today, you're a climber. You don't have to move the whole mountain, just one rock.
So let's define a small rock in the context of learning English. What does that actually look like?
Well, it could be learning one new word, just one, or listening to one song in English.
Reading one paragraph of a news article.
Well, listening to this deep dive.
Exactly. If you are listening to this right now, you are moving a rock. You are climbing.
You're doing the work. You are already succeeding.
But here's the catch. How do we make sure we move a rock every single day? We can't rely on willpower.
No, that never works long term.
Willpower is a battery, and it drains throughout the day. By the time evening comes, your battery's on zero. So we need to build something automatic.
We need to build a habit.
HABIT, a habit.
And the definition of a habit is something you do without thinking, right?
Exactly. It bypasses the decision-making part of your brain entirely. And the source gives the absolute perfect analogy for this. The toothbrush.
I love the toothbrush analogy. I really do. Think about it. When you wake up, or before you go to bed, you brush your teeth. Yes, hopefully. But do you ever stand in the bathroom and have a debate with your toothbrush?
I can't say that I do.
Do you stare at it and say, toothbrush, I'm just so tired today. My arm is sore. I'm not feeling inspired to brush right now. I'll do it on Monday.
You never say that. You just do it.
Yeah.
It's automatic. It is not a decision. It is a habit. You feel weird if you don't do it.
Your mouth feels fuzzy.
Right.
We treat brushing our teeth as something that must happen. It is not optional. And that brings us to the big word of the day.
Okay.
This is a hyphenated word. It's very important for your English routine. The word is non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. It's a long one.
It is. Let's take our time with the spelling. N-O-N. Then a dash. N-E-G-O-T-I-A-B-L-E.
Let's break that down psychologically. To negotiate means to discuss terms, to try to reach an agreement, to trade.
It's like in a market.
Right. If I say, I'll sell you this car for $5,000, and you say, I'll pay $4,000, we are negotiating.
Right. We're talking about it. We're trying to change the outcome. We're looking for a compromise.
So non-negotiable means no negotiation. There is no discussion. There is no trading. The terms are set in stone.
So when we apply this to English, it means we just don't argue with ourselves about it.
Exactly. We don't say, oh, maybe I'll study later. No, the rule is set. It is non-negotiable. Just like brushing your teeth, you take the option away from yourself.
This is a really powerful concept. It removes all that decision fatigue.
It does.
If it's non-negotiable, you just do it. You save your brain energy for the actual learning, not for deciding whether to learn.
Let's practice saying this word. It has a lot of syllables. It's a rhythmic word. Non-negotiable. It demands respect.
Listeners, this is your turn. We're going to do a slow motion repeat. I want you to say the word and really feel the weight of it.
Feel the commitment.
Non-negotiable.
One more time, just to be sure.
Non-negotiable.
Now, we need to apply this. We have to set our rocks. We need to decide what our non-negotiables are.
But you can't make everything non-negotiable, right? You'd explode.
Oh, no. You have to pick very small things.
The source gives some great examples. One example is reading one page of a book before bed.
That is a perfect small rock. It takes, what, maybe 3 minutes?
If that.
But if you do it every single night, relentlessly, that's 365 pages a year. That's a whole book, maybe 2 books.
That's a whole mountain moved, one page at a time. It seems so small, but the result is huge.
Precisely.
The source also has this humorous example that I really enjoyed. The character in the script, John, says his non-negotiable is talking to a cat in English for 5 minutes.
I actually think that is brilliant. It sounds funny, but it is scientifically sound.
How? Is it because cats are just really good listeners?
Not usually. Cats usually ignore you completely, but that is the point.
I'm not following.
It works because of something called the affective filter. It's a linguistics term from Stephen Krashen. Basically, when we're nervous or anxious or afraid of being judged, our filter goes up.
Okay.
Our brains kind of shut down. We can't access the language we know.
Performance anxiety.
Exactly. But cats do not judge your grammar. They don't care about your past tense verbs. They could not care less about your pronunciation.
That is true. My cat does not care about anything I do.
So talking to a cat lowers your stress. It lowers the affective filter. It lets you practice speaking freely and builds fluency without any fear.
That is amazing. So if you don't have a cat, you could talk to your plant.
Talk to your wall.
Talk to your showerhead. The showerhead will never correct you.
Just talk. Make it non-negotiable.
So I have a question for you, the listener. What is your one small English rock today? What is the one thing you can make non-negotiable? Think about that. Is it listening to one song? Is it reading one headline?
It doesn't have to be big. Remember, small rocks make the mountain.
Okay, so we have our morning plan. We have our non-negotiables, but let's be real, we're human.
We are biologically designed to be imperfect, and that means we mess up.
We have bad days, we get sick, we get busy at work, we get lazy. And this brings us to part 3. Snap out of it and new stories.
This section is so vital. It addresses the emotional side of failure. Because when we miss a day or we don't understand something, we tend to do something called spiraling.
Oh, the spiral.
Oh.
I know it well. It is that dark place you go to in your head. Let's do a deeper dive on spiral.
S-P-I-R-A.
S-P-I-R-L. A spiral is a shape, right?
Yeah.
It's a curve that goes around and around, getting smaller or lower.
Think of water going down a drain. That is a spiral. When we spiral mentally, our thoughts are going down the drain. In therapy, we call this catastrophizing.
It always starts with one small thought. I missed class today. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
But then what happens?
The brain takes that fact and it adds a story. Because I missed class, I am lazy.
Because I'm lazy, I'm bad at English.
Because I'm bad at English, I'll never get that job I want.
I'll never be fluent. I am a failure.
See how fast that happened? You went from I missed one class to I am a total failure in 5 seconds.
That's the spiral. It's a cognitive distortion. It's a trap.
So how do we stop it? How do we break the circle before we flush our confidence down the drain?
We need some kind of interrupt, right? A mental and physical one.
Exactly. We need to shock the system back to reality. The source gives us a phrase and an action. The phrase is, snap out of it.
And the action is a literal snap. You actually snap your fingers together. That sound.
Let's look at the phrase S-N-A-P, snap, and then O-U-T, out.
Snap is a great word because it sounds like what it is. It's that onomatopoeia. It's quick. It's sharp.
It implies a sudden break, like breaking a dry stick. You are breaking the negative thought pattern. You're interrupting that neural pathway that's telling you, I am bad.
The Source compares it to waking up from a bad dream. The spiral is a dream. It's not real.
The reality is you just missed one class. That's it. You need to wake yourself up.
So when you catch yourself thinking, I am a failure, you physically snap your fingers and you say, snap out of it.
It might sound a little silly, but the physical action really helps reset the brain.
And then what? After you snap. You can't just stand there snapping your fingers all day.
You replace the perfectionism with a new concept, a much kinder concept.
Yeah.
The concept is show up.
Show up. SHOWP.
To show up just means to be present. That is all. It doesn't mean show up and be perfect. It doesn't mean show up and be brilliant. It just means be there.
The Source gives a gym example that I think applies to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the gym, you put on your clothes, you walk in, and you just sit on a bench for 20 minutes looking at your phone. Did you go to the gym?
Yes. You physically went. You reinforced the habit of going to the location. You showed up.
Even though you didn't have a great workout.
Maybe you didn't sweat at all, but you didn't break the chain of identity. You are still a person who goes to the gym.
So for English, how does that translate?
If you listen to a podcast and you zone out, or you only understand 10% of the words, you still listened.
Right.
You still exposed your ears to the rhythm of the language. You showed up.
That is so forgiving. It reminds us that just being there really is half the battle.
It's the antidote to perfectionism. Perfectionism says, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all.
But showing up says...
It says, I will just be here, and that is enough for today.
I love that.
Yeah.
I show up for myself.
Yeah.
Let's practice that phrase. This is a powerful affirmation.
Yes, it is. Let's do a slow motion repeat. Say it with conviction. Believe it.
I show up for myself.
Wonderful. You are here. You are showing up right now by listening.
And finally, once we have snapped out of the spiral and we have shown up for ourselves, we need to change the narrative. We need to flip the script.
This is the final concept. Flip the script. FLIPSCRIPT.
A script is the lines that actors read in a movie, right? It's the story being told.
And we all have a script in our heads, a story we tell ourselves about who we are. The old script might be, I can't speak English, it's too hard, I'm too old, I'm not talented.
It's a very sad movie.
Yep.
I don't want to watch that movie. It's a tragedy.
So flip it, change the script, rewrite the line. The new script is, I am learning to speak English, I am a climber, I am relentless.
The shift from I can't to I am learning it's huge. I can't is a dead end. It's a wall.
But I am learning is a path. It's a process. It opens the door to growth. It utilizes neuroplasticity. Your brain will actually start to believe the new story if you tell it enough.
This has been such an incredible journey through these 3 parts. I mean, we've gone from the sound of the alarm clock to the mountain of rocks, all the way to flipping our internal script.
But we know that repetition is the mother of learning. We can't just talk about it once and then forget it.
No. Information without application just disappears.
That's right. So it's time for section 4, the word tour.
This is our consolidation strategy, our review. We're going to review every major word and phrase we discussed today. We're going to lock them in.
This is going to be a rapid-fire review, but with space for you to practice.
I'll say the word, I'll spell it, and then we will leave 10 seconds of silence for you to repeat it.
Don't just listen, speak. Let your muscles remember the words. Engage your mouth, not just your ears.
Here we go. The first word, the enemy of the morning. Alarm clock.
Yeah.
ALARM.
Go.
CLOCK.
The second word, the superhero mindset. The refusal to stop.
Relentless. RELENTLESS.
The third word, the rule that cannot be broken. The decision that is already made. Non-negotiable. NONNGOTIABLE.
The fourth item, the emergency brake for negative thoughts. The circuit breaker. Snap out of it.
And the final concept, the simple, kind act of being there. Show up.
Well done. If you said those out loud, you just reinforced the neural pathways in your brain. You made the rocks a little bit lighter for tomorrow.
You know, we're coming to the end of our deep dive, and I have to say, looking back at everything we covered, I feel different.
How so?
I feel like the pressure is gone. I realized I don't need to be some kind of linguistic genius to learn English. I don't need a PhD.
No.
I just need to be relentless with my small rocks.
Yeah.
I just need to brush my teeth, metaphorically speaking.
That is the ultimate takeaway. And by listening to this deep dive, you, the listener, have already moved a lot of rocks today.
A whole pile of them.
You have climbed halfway up the mountain just by being here for the last hour. You showed up, and we are so, so proud of you for that.
We really are. Learning a language is brave. It takes real courage to make mistakes.
It does.
It takes courage to sound silly talking to your cat. It takes courage to keep going when you're tired.
So as we sign off, we want to leave you with one provocative thought, a challenge for tomorrow morning.
Yes. I want you to think about tomorrow morning right now. Visualize it. The alarm will ring. That beep, beep, beep will happen.
The pillow will be 90% of your reality. The battle will begin.
What will be your non-negotiable for tomorrow? Identify one thing. Just one small thing.
Maybe it's drinking a glass of water and saying good morning in English to the mirror.
Yeah.
Maybe it's listening to one song where you make your coffee.
Decide on it now. Make it non-negotiable. Avoid the morning mental battle entirely by having the decision already made tonight.
Be relentless. Thank you so much for diving deep with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure to be part of your English journey.
Keep moving those rocks.
And remember, keep walking. We'll see you next time.